Hello, beautiful people. Welcome once again to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you for stopping by. You guys know I love you so much, right? Yeah, I wasn't able to go out because our numbers are actually a little bit increasing, guys. But apart from that, I wanted to go out and the rain started. So I said, wow, okay, let me look for a beautiful Malaysian video or a video about Malaysia and react to it. After all, there was a time you guys were suggesting that I should do some reaction videos. So I've never done a reaction video on this channel, as in at least anything relating to Malaysia. I don't think I've done that. So I said, let me try today and give my honest review or reaction of a video. I have another video in mind. Today I'll be talking about how Malaysia did the impossible, okay? You guys know that video, right? The video went viral, so I want to react to it based on what the content creator did, okay? And also based on what is happening currently with regards to this same pandemic issue. I'm going to like compare and contrast. So let's get going. How Malaysia did the impossible. Are you guys ready? Click subscribe button, hit the like button, and share the video with your loved ones and family. And if this reaction video does well, trust me guys, I'm going to do more reaction videos for you guys once in a while, okay? More reaction videos. If I don't travel, then you'll get a reaction video. And you'll be the one to choose which Malaysian reaction video you want me to do. So make sure you share this video and let's begin right now. How Malaysia did the impossible. We're going to be watching and I will be reacting at the same time. All right, catch you guys. So let's begin. I'll be playing from here.
Imagine your country is going through a huge political crisis. You have a new leader, and several states have new governments. To add to this, not only is your country facing political crisis, but also economical, health, and defense. And then, the worst thing that could ever happen happens. The coronavirus hits Malaysia.
Oh my God, guys, like this is really true. This video was done some months ago at the very hot stage of the coronavirus situation. And yes, really, Malaysia was in a fix, to be sincere, because I am here currently and I was here at that time. So yes, it wasn't a joke, guys. Like there were a lot of things. At that point, the government was trying to change powers. You know, some things happened then. If you're in Malaysia, you know what I'm talking about. So it's not the same government that is on seat now that was there before this coronavirus issue started, you know, critically. So Malaysia actually got it at a very critical point. But let's see what happens, guys. Let's really see what happens. Malaysia was in some serious trouble at that time. And even now, okay, like things are not really so stabilized like that based on the news and what I'm following in the country. But this country, it's a special country. Just watch and see.
Asia was in some serious trouble. But don't you ever underestimate the power of Malaysians.
Don't you ever underestimate the power of Malaysians. Don't try it, guys. I love that word so much. Like, don't ever underestimate the power of Malaysians. Malaysians are loving people. Malaysians are great. Malaysians are wise. Malaysians, you know, are selfless. They love themselves so much. From the leadership down to the last person, you know, even to the smallest child, they are so selfless. And that is why they were able to have this great testimony. By the way, the guy that did this video is not a Malaysian. So that you see that there are no biases or whatever. This is a foreigner from the West. So you can imagine, do not ever underestimate the power of Malaysians. Let's proceed. Guys, something just touched my heart right now. While we were watching, did you see that? Let me just back forward it a bit. Did you see that lady, the one that was look, this lady, just imagine the love that lady has for our country. Like so much love, guys. With her condition, she was still trying to do something to contribute, to the current situation that was happening at that time, the pandemic. This is so much love. This is the selflessness I'm talking about. I'm really inspired by Malaysians. Let's proceed.
Here are 15 ways that Malaysia did the impossible. Number 15, donations and volunteer organizations. So many people volunteered and so many organizations helped out. For example,
yes, I can agree with this because even my university, and some other universities, because at that time I also did a video where I asked some international students to give their own, assertions, okay, with regards to the pandemic in Malaysia and how they felt being in this country at that time. And you needed to hear what some of these students were saying, like some of them said that their schools were feeding them 3 square meals, guys, with big meat. I like stressing that big meat part because it's not easy, and they were not paying. In fact, in my own school, they were not even paying the rent. Those of them that were staying in the hostel, they were not paying the rent. How much more, like what else, what kind of love are you expecting from a nation, in times of uncertainties like this? Honestly, I'm really touched, and I believe Malaysia is going to come out of this pandemic very, very soon. Like, I know that something happened recently, which I'm going to explain at the later part of this video, or maybe at the end, for those who are watching and some of us here. Yeah, we know that at this point, we are experiencing another wave, something like that. But with what they are doing now, and we're going to compare with what they will still do, or what are they doing now at this point, and what they did at that time, we're going to see if it is correlating together and if Malaysia can actually succeed again.
Emirates provided healthcare workers with food, AC units, and raised over 3 million ringgit for medical supplies.
Wow. 3 million ringgit for medical supplies. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whereas, I'm sorry to say this, in some countries, the food that they provided for the people, were being hoarded. When I mean hoarded, I mean in some countries, the food that private organizations provided for the people were kept and heaped in some rooms, in some big places, and unfortunately, people were not able to have access to it. At the time when people now had access to it, you know what happened? See how people were rushing in to get those foods out. People were hungry. Meanwhile, these people, they are providing selflessly for everybody, both the government, both the private institutions, everybody, You can imagine an organization self-handedly released 3 million ringgit to take care of the health workers and the things they will need. How loving is that? If you are far away, maybe in the West or in Africa or anywhere, and you are just feeling that Malaysia is just that country that is just at one side like that or something like that, you don't really know much about Malaysia, you need to start learning about Malaysia. You need to start appreciating the country. Malaysia is far more than what people even say, than what we are saying, than what you are seeing on the media. Malaysia is a beautiful country. Malaysia is a loving country. Malaysia is a matured country in every area. They are peaceful, they are loving, and they take care of everybody. That's my own personal experience. Everybody's experience may be different, but from what I have experienced living in Malaysia, studying in Malaysia, and what even is making me to actually proceed even at this point in Malaysia is because of what I've seen deeply in this country and in our people. Let us proceed.
Number 4, 14, top doctor. Dr. Noor Hassam Abdullah has been ranked one of the top doctors in the entire world at fighting the coronavirus. And not only does he present accurate facts, he's able to do it in a way that gathers support and also keeps people calm as he does it. Number 13.
Now, this one he just said about that doctor is very, very true, guys. Like, that man is so selfless. I do follow the news. I have an app that gives updates about the situation, even up till now, as I'm speaking to you. And do you know that this doctor still gives reports up to today? Like I said, this video, we are looking at that and we are comparing with the current situation. That doctor still gives updates up till today. And he still grants the, what do you call it? The press interviews and all that. There was a question they asked him recently, which I saw in one of the news. And what was the question? Is he afraid to die or something like that? And the man said he's not afraid, to die. He's ready to serve his country till the very end. What a selfless fellow. I wish other countries can learn from this country, Malaysia. Let's proceed.
The movement control order and the enhanced movement control order. These things are not easy to pull off, and it took so many people in different organizations to work together and have them work. Number 12, indirect volunteers. There are so many people that helped out and volunteered and did so many different things, like food delivery. Number 11, building temporary hospitals. Malaysia was able to build temporary hospitals very efficiently and quickly. For example, the largest agro park in Asia was able to be built into a hospital in 3 days. Number 10, the two-blade cluster. The two-blade cluster complied with any order from MOH, and they never complained even though they had to wait long hours in the heat. Number 9, banks. Banks lent to the borrowers for 6 months. Number 8, universities. Universities allowed students to stay for free and provided them food as well. Number 7.
You remember I just told you guys previously about the universities. You can see that it correlates, it correlates with what he's saying. The universities allow students to stay for free and they fed them. I'm already feeling so emotional because this is really, really real and this is true. And we all experience this here. And I know people that benefited, Even my supervisor always check on me to find out if I needed things, during that period. And even up to now, they still check on us. And, even some organizations are still, giving out things to their own people, like churches, like mosques, like other religious organizations like that. And even non-governmental organizations, trying to still check on the people, even up till now, guys. This is so touching. This is so loving. This is something that has to be in history, forever. And I'm so happy that this video was actually covered by this guy, because I want to tell you something. This video will never expire. Why do I say that? You may be thinking, maybe at that time, now at this wave now, are they still able to manage it? Is Malaysia still doing the impossible? Well, you'll find out for yourself at the end of this video. By the time I give my final speech, I will tell you if Malaysia is still doing the impossible or not. For now, let's proceed.
Stipends. Nearly 4 million homes received up to 1,600 ringgit. Number 6, ignoring politics. Opposition leaders came together and forgot about politics for the good of Malaysia. Now that is really cool. Number 5.
Guys, the issue of politics up till today, I just felt, let me not forget, up till today, it's not still that stabilized, okay? But still, in this country, I noticed something. They try to be selfless, to take care of the people. Malaysians, am I right? Comment down below. Their leaders, even though it's not like all of them like each other or things are really moving so smoothly, of course, politics is almost the same thing all over the world. But in this period of the pandemic, the leaders of different opposition parties try to come together to see how things can be done in the right way. And that is the beauty of Malaysia. That is the uniqueness of Malaysia. They try to protect their people, keep politics aside for a while, and protect the people and try to fight for the same cause, okay, to ensure that things are all right and this pandemic has been brought down to a critical stage and things can move. Of course, looking at the Tabligh cluster, they said that was what actually led to another big outbreak here in Malaysia, but it was managed very well. There have been other clusters that have come across. Of course, no human is perfect. Okay, like the issue of the Sabah cluster that actually brought us to the stage we are at this point. But I would like to tell you that Malaysia, I still believe in them. And yeah, I believe they will come out of this as fast as possible. Let's proceed, guys.
Protecting the most vulnerable. Malaysia did a great job of protecting those that were most vulnerable. Homeless and foreign workers. They were put in public halls and provided a tent. Number 4, Malaysians returning home. Malaysians returning home from overseas were provided a free hotel, free food, and COVID-19 testing during their 2-week quarantine. Number 3, respect for frontline workers. I've never seen so much respect and love for frontline workers. It was so beautiful to see all the support Malaysians gave to the frontline workers. Number 2, fixing the PPE shortage for frontline workers. At the beginning of the crisis, there wasn't enough PPE for all the frontline workers, and so Malaysians took it onto themselves. For example, a fashion designer realized she had a skill set that could be very valuable, and so she took the initiative to organize an entire team to make PPE. Prisoners made PPE, college students made PPE, even a Malaysian born with no arms didn't let that stop her from making PPE.
This is so touching, guys. Can you see clearly? Even a Malaysian born with no arms. The love for our country, the love for our people made her to do something, to get up and do something. What is the capacity you are that God has blessed you to a large extent? You have hands, you have legs, you have everything, you have the money, and people are suffering and you don't care? This is a great lesson to us as humans, guys. We should try our best in the best way possible to show love to many. At that point also, I also saw some people that were actually giving free food. There was one guy like that. I watch him on YouTube, say Malaysian. Plenty of food. You go to KFC, buy a lot of food and go and give to people. I also watch one guy, I used to watch one Malaysian American couple in America. I think the Kumar family or something. I watched one of his video. I was touched. I think I'm going to do a reaction to that video if you guys want. And many of you watch the Kumar family. And he was also giving food to the people in America. Can you imagine? That's to show you the love of Malaysians. He is a Malaysian. They married an American. I pray we will all be selfless. I've learned a lot of lessons from this country and the pandemic situation. And up to now, I'm still learning lessons and lessons and lessons. My lessons are almost filled up in a volume of books. And I hope I'll be able to utilize it and become a better person, even after the pandemic. Let's round up.
Is teamwork.
Teamwork.
It didn't matter if you're a celebrity or an average person. It didn't matter your social status. It didn't matter your gender, your religion, your ethnicity. All Malaysians came together for the better of Malaysia. And that's how Malaysia was able to do the impossible, to go for...
Guys, teamwork. Teamwork. That is the major thing. And this guy is correct. Teamwork. Malaysians gang up together, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of their tribe, anything. And they came together to do something great for their country. And they are still doing it up to now. They are still doing it up to now. They are still fighting this pandemic at this time. And with the way they are going, I believe they will make a lot of progress. I'm very sure of that. I can see Malaysia rejoicing, finally, from this pandemic very soon. If you believe with me, I want you to comment down below in the comment section and let me know what you think about Malaysia. And do you think she can still fight this current pandemic? I mean, with the wave that we are facing now, do you think that it is possible for Malaysia to do the impossible again and again and again? Malaysia has always proven to be able to face challenges that come to them. And that's what they have done even now, you know. They try to look at the health of people first before looking at other things. And that's how it should be. Is Malaysia not a selfless country? It's not a loving country? It's not a country worth visiting? Let me know in the comment section below.
From a country that had 3 times more cases than any other country in Southeast Asia to now be being one of the safest countries in the entire world. And lastly, I'd like to thank all the Malaysians that helped make this video possible. So many of you wrote to me, sent me videos and pictures, and specifically Pacific Maku, who's a motorcycle rider, let me take lots of his footage, along with Q Productions, who took beautiful drone shots. And you can find links to their channels in the description. So thank you to all of you who helped make this video possible.
Like, wow, this is so encouraging. Guys, what do you think about what we have just watched? How Malaysia did the impossible. Perhaps you have watched these reactions and I just felt I should give my own genuine reactions about what he's saying and what is happening now. Let me just give you a live update. Okay, this is evening time here in Malaysia and we have the results already for today. The cases are coming up a little bit like I said, but they have been able to manage it so far. So let's see. 1,210 new cases today. Okay, as of the time this video was made, can you see? 1,210 new cases. And unfortunately, the death toll went a little bit up today to around 5. But people are complying with the situation, you know. People are doing the right thing. What I actually want to say is the recovery, okay? Let me quickly see. A lot of people are still recovering, guys, and the death toll also is low. Since it has started, altogether, Malaysia has had 318 cases of fatalities, okay, since this situation started. And the recovery rate is still quite okay, it's still quite high. Of course, you know, the more the number, the more the situation will be. Am I right? But the recovery rate is still very good. You know, it's still very good. So today, they had 1,210 cases, and those that recovered today, 1,018 cases. Can you see? Recovered cases, 1,018 cases out of 1,200 and something. That's very high. Almost the number of those that were cases today actually recovered. So currently the recovery rate is at 73.65% in Malaysia. And I know that Malaysia will be able to fight this thing at the end. We are praying for the country because it's a beautiful country. I love this country so much. I've learned a lot from this country. Many foreigners love this country. As you can see in their videos, genuine reactions, okay? Unfiltered reactions about the country Malaysia. I love you, Malaysia. I love you, Malaysians. Let's stay safe. Let's stay positive. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Let me know the next reaction video you want me to do. Put it down in the comment section below and where you want me to also go if I can. Until I see you in the next video, stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy. Much love and God bless you. I love Malaysia so much. Bye-bye.